To all of my comic book fans, to all of my pop culture subscribers, I know you have been waiting for this day for the longest time. It has been much anticipated. I'm so excited to be bringing it to you guys. I don't know if I'm going to keep the name fully yet, but I would like to welcome you guys to Hall of Heroes. This is a show that I have been waiting to do for you guys. NFL has pretty much taken my content by storm so far, and I have not had the chance to cater to you guys at all in no way, form, or fashion. So I made this show primarily for you guys to meet with you once or twice a week. I want it to be super laid back. I don't want it to be nowhere near as serious as my sports content when it comes to, analyzing things. I just want it to be like a streamer type thing, like a content creator type vibe. I just want to sit, relax, talk about the latest news and things that's going on around the world of pop culture, comic books, nerd stuff. And yeah, so we're finally here. I've updated my whole setup here. Everything's bright red. I don't know if I like it. I'm gonna use it for today's show. The red looks a little overbearing for me. So I might mess with another color come next show. But we're here. I'm excited, and I know there's a lot of stuff that I have not been able to hit on at all. The Batman 2 movie stuff going on. Tom Holland getting injured on the set of Spider-Man. Avengers Doomsday wrapping filming. A lot of trailer reactions when it comes to the Mandalorian and Grogu. The Wolverine game, which is the highlight of the show. Tron and things of that nature. There's just so much I have missed out on just because football has taken over my content by storm. But I'm here. I decided to make this show for you guys to niche down my stuff a little bit, have a separate show just for y'all. And we are going to get to a plethora of topics today. We're going to be reacting to the Wolverine trailer and the kind of like gameplay they had for it as well. We're going to react to the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. I'm going to give you my perspective on the Man of Tomorrow news when it comes to Superman 2, the sequel to Superman, James Gunn. Then we're going to react to a little Lego Batman thing that came out on Batman Day last week. And then I'm going to give my final thoughts on Avengers Doomsday wrapping filming. So again, I got other stuff that I wanted to talk about as well. Like the details about the Lego Batman 2. James Gunn had a lot of things to say about what he was looking for in his Batman movie when it comes to, what does Batman look like, the white eyes, things of that nature. There's been news also about how James Gunn has pretty much found actors that he likes. He's just looking to find the right one. So there's a lot of things. Excuse me, I got to get some water. So there are a lot of things that I have not touched on that I will get to in the future. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the show. So, first off, we're going to go ahead and react to the Wolverine trailer, Insomniacs Wolverine trailer. This is a game that and another thing too, I don't have any lore thirds or anything made. This show is pretty much planned last minute. But Insomniacs Wolverine is a game that I did not think was going to happen at all, no way, form, or fashion. It felt like as time was going by, this game was not going to be made. It got announced, when was it? Roughly in 2023 or 22? I want to say it was 22. I meant 23, excuse me. And we haven't heard nothing of it since. And, there's a lot of PlayStation State of Plays that's went by. Nothing has happened. And finally, I think it was roughly Wednesday, State of Play happened, and they finally revealed Wolverine. Now, I've already watched the trailer, so it's a little spoiled for me, so to speak. But I want to react to it with you guys, and I got another portion of it, like the information about the game that I have not reacted to that part. So we're going to do that now. Again, this ain't going to be. We're just going to kick back, relax. We're going to watch the trailers. Hopefully I don't get copyright claim when I do this. This is another thing I got to be worried about. But, we're going to work out the kinks of it, okay? First show. But, got to wait and trying to put my earphones on here. But, I'm excited. I think this is going to be fun. I'm in, you know, it feels good to decompress from football and get away from football and, you know, tap into my second, my more than likely my first love over football, which is, you know, comic book stuff. So let's get to the trailer. All right. For some reason, my Go XLR is outputting my voice for some odd reason. I don't know why it's doing that. And it still want to do that. Hold on one second. I got to fix my Go XLR for some reason. It's outputting my voice into, oh God, it messed up my streaming output and stuff. Okay. I don't know. Is this the one? Nope, not that one. I think it was this one. All right. We're good. I think we should be good now. Let me listen to this to make sure it's working. Hold on. I can't hear the game. We are having some technical difficulties on live. This is depressing. All right, y'all, give me 1 second. I am trying to fix this right now. I have a problem with my thing. I'm hearing my voice. All right. Maybe that's it. Is that it? I don't know. Is that it? See if we can still hear. All right, type in the chat if y'all can hear this. I think it says it's going through. So hopefully it's working.
Longer than I can remember.
If not, I'm going to be upset. I think it is working. I want to say it's working. But I want to say it's working. Can somebody please type in the chat and say that you heard the audio of the trailer reaction? Let's see here. Let me stop recording. I've been recording for the longest time here. All right. And if y'all are watching this, just skip ahead. If you're rewatching the stream, just skip ahead to when I was actually reacting to this. We're having some technical difficulties here. And I'm waiting to see if chat will just tell me if they can hear the audio. It says it's going through, but I don't know how true that is. So I'm getting stuff on my side. And it says it's going through.
The question that comes up a lot to
Here, we're just I'm gonna record it and see if it's going through.
us at Insomniac Games is, are you going to make a Wolverine game that...
Yes, you are going to make a Wolverine game. We don't want to finish spoiling. All right, guys. Give me 1 second. So let me go through here and make sure it's working. Record it and see if it's going through.
Us at Insomniac Games is, are you going to make a Wolverine game that...
Yes, you are going to make a Wolverine game. Desktop audio. I think we're good, ladies and gents. I think we're good. I want to do this one last thing just to make sure.
that is as violent, as visceral as the character in the comics.
All right, let's see here. Now we're good. Guys, I want to make sure everything is good to go. Let me make sure everything is good to go. Cannot believe technical difficulties. First stream. I mean, this is just absolutely brutal. To make sure
That is as violent, as visceral as the character in the comics.
All right. It seems like we are good to go. Everything is pretty much sorted out. We are good. All right. So now, I had a problem with my headphones. For some reason, I was hearing the audio coming out from my headphones or whatever. All right. So now, without further ado, let's react to the Wolverine trailer. Holy cow. About time. We got to work this. I got to work that out off stream. All right, here we go. Gameplay trailer. All right, ladies and gents, let's roll. Let me make sure. Hold on, let me make sure I'm recording. Jesus, you can tell I'm not used to this. Yep, weren't recording. All right. First show jitters, baby. Let's get it going. Mix of in-game cinematics.
Been fighting longer than I can remember.
I turn the closed captions off right fast. Graphics look great. And another thing too, I'm gonna go back and just dissect what I saw.
I'd like to say I'm not a violent man.
Colors look great.
The trouble just has a way of finding me.
Oof.
But I'd be lying.
God, that suit looks good, y'all. I'm telling you, they cooked with the suit.
Doesn't matter where I go.
Little Arkham Batman type beatdown mechanic. I wonder if traversals is going to be annoying in this game.
Death's always waiting.
That's something we can think about. Like, how good is the traversal going to be? Because we've had Insomniac games, we had a Spider-Man game, we were able to web swing. You got Batman Arkham Knight and stuff like that. You're able to fly and glide with your cape. Running around is going to be so aggravating. I feel like I'm gonna get shades of Avengers PS4 back in 2020 when it comes to traversal. That's gonna be brutal. But let's finish it off. Adamantium skull. I wonder who he's supposed to be fighting. I mean, they look like they're made out of. Are they supposed to be like cyborgs? I guess half machine, half human. Mystique.
No hero. Wolverine.
That's hot. That's absolutely hot. I kind of ruined it just because I, couldn't get my raw reaction because I already watched it, of course. I spoiled it. But yes, I already saw it. Now I can say, in my first viewing, I wasn't. Shockingly, it didn't knock my socks off. I don't know why. It's just something about it. Like, it just didn't hit home for me. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because it wasn't a gameplay trailer and it was just a cinematic. It just didn't hit. Maybe it's just because I don't trust Insomniac just because I didn't enjoy Spider-Man 2 at all. And it's just upon first watching, I didn't really enjoy it. But let's just go back and see some things that I saw that is visually appealing here. All right, we're going to turn the audio off here. And we're just going to... I don't know who this character is right here. He's supposed to be like Red Cyclone, something like that. I don't know who that is. My X-Men lore is not that deep when it comes to Wolverine's villains, to be totally honest with you. So, here's the thing here. It's going to be bloody. It's going to be gory. It looks good. All the animations, the blood and all that. Graphics. It looks fantastic. Infra-mature. Ripped a body in half. Absolutely shocking to see that in a Marvel game. And just look at that looks great. That looks very good. The gameplay features with, utilizing the PS4. I bet you this game is probably going to look fantastic on the PS5 Pro. And I can take my headphones off. I don't know why I still got them on. But, seeing seeing the gameplay mechanics with the blood and features like that, it looks great. It looks phenomenal. Okay, let's move back to some other shots. We got a very good look here of the suit. The suit looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, Insomniac did a phenomenal job with the suit. The suit looks phenomenal. I mean, just look at that. That suit is fantastic. Look at the eyes and the wide eyeballs. It is crazy how good that looks in a video game, the wide eyes. Now that I've seen this on Wolverine, I would love to see somebody do that with a Batman game, just the wide eyes. Man, that just looks so good. The blood and stuff. I mean, it's just, this literally looks like the suit from Deadpool and Wolverine. It really does. But it just it looks better in my opinion. But the suit looks good. It looks like it is blue, so that's good as well. We got Logan's bike. Looks like we're going to have some type of beat down mechanic. I'm interested in how the fighting is going to be. Obviously, you're going to be, you know, it's Wolverine. It's a pretty overpowered character. So, you know, I want to be interested to see how the boss fights go. Like, who is Wolverine going to be fighting when it comes to bosses? You know, we already, you know, seen we're going to be fighting a Sentinel. But that's something I want to be interested in. Like, how easy is it going to be to kill Wolverine? Because Wolverine is unkillable. He heals. So I wonder how they're going to deal with that mechanic part of the game. Got a little beat down, mimicking the Arkham style. And just look at all the features with the blood and stuff. It is, I mean, look at that, y'all. That is just wowzers. That is just great. And the features here with the claws coming out are just phenomenal across the board. Got a good look at Mystique here. Something I want to point out. A lot of people on the internet's been giving their 2 cents about this, about Mystique not looking a certain way. I'm not going to go into detail on that, even though I would like to, but I'm not. I have my own personal opinion on this, but I'm just going to keep it to myself. Okay. I don't like her costume at all. But I'm interested how she maneuvers throughout the game. That suit just looks absolutely awesome. And then we got the final shot of the Wolverine. And we got the final graphic art for the game. So that is the trailer. And overall, I wasn't like blown out of the water by it by any means. But it was still good. It's just I'm ready to see the gameplay trailer, like actual gameplay. So that is what we need to be looking forward to in the future. So now we got another video here, and the devs are just talking about pretty much the behind the scenes things when it comes to the Wolverine game. So we're going to take a quick look at that right now. See like what was their thought process going into the game and things of that nature. So let's see what they got going on.
The question that comes up a lot to us at Insomniac Games is, are you going to make a Wolverine game that is as violent, as visceral as the character in the comics?
Another thing too, YouTube, please do not demonetize my video because of all the blood and the gore. Y'all do it in Mortal Kombat. Just please don't. Just leave my video up, please. Thank you.
Working with Wolverine is interesting because part of the route to who he is that he's an unreliable narrator. he has gaps in his memory. So Wolverine doesn't really remember a lot of his life, and that's got to be an extremely frustrating aspect.
He's this ball of rage and fury, but then he could turn on a dime and he could be very, very kind and tender in the next moment.
When we're casting for someone like Logan, what we're looking for in character traits are someone who can convey a lot with very little being spoken.
When you have that first moment that we show in gameplay, there's so much emotion that you can feel behind his eyes. He looks relentless, he looks gritty, he looks angry, but also he looks maybe a little sad.
That level of acting and being able to just deliver that performance with believability across both spectrums was something Insomniac, ourselves, we all agreed he's the one. We don't need to see anybody else.
Hey, I'm Liam McIntyre, and I play James Logan Howlett in Marvel's Wolverine. That's not bad. That one.
Yeah, he's got the voice for it, that's for sure.
They know what Wolverine is, who he is.
Yeah, I was about to say, they look like they took his mocap. I was about to say, the guy looks like what they did in the game, so they did. It seems like they did take his mocap, and I think they probably imported some of his facial features into the character. Hey. And I saw a lot of people on Twitter over here talking about, you know, why can't we get somebody besides Australian actors to play Wolverine? Dude, the guy sounds like Wolverine. Now, if they could have got the guy who done the voice acting for all like the Deadpool video game and X-Men and Wolverine and the X-Men, that guy, what's that fella's name? Let's look it up here. Now his Logan, that every time I hear that and hear him, Steve Blum. That's the guy's name. Every time I hear him do Logan, it's like, man, that is Wolverine. But yeah, guys, if anybody outside of Steve Blum, give him a chance.
To try and find the essence of who Wolverine is, especially as he applies to our story. People hurt him, people take from him, people betray him. He still fights for people who can't fight for themselves. It's one of the greatest honors of my life.
I really would love to know how long they've been working on this game.
One of the coolest things I've ever got to do.
The entire game is built around staying true to the Wolverine experience.
And then how do we want
Like
to
it?
put our Insomniac stamp on that? How do we want to put our own spin and creativity, but still give something new and fresh the fans are going to be excited about?
We know about that Insomniac, you know, spin on stuff. Now, we know Sweet Baby Inc., you know, again, we're not going to get that deep into it, so we know what Sweet Baby Inc. represents. Now, they had their filthy hands, Sweet Baby Inc. did, on Spider-Man 2. We saw how I felt about that game from a storytelling standpoint. They had their hand in storytelling. They dropped them. Supposedly. I don't know how 100% true that is. Now, actually, let's look that up right quick. Anyways, there's nothing on it. But there is basically a lot of people are going around saying that it's you know, Sweet Baby Inc. doesn't have their hands and imprint on this game. There are a couple, I think there's a creative designer who worked on the game that got canceled in like 2 weeks by PlayStation. What was it called? I can't remember whatever the game was. Everybody knows the game I'm talking about. It was the game that came out by PlayStation. It literally failed and got canceled in 2 weeks. Oh, I cannot remember what the name of the game was. It came out in like 24, roughly. What was the name of that game? It came out in 2024, I think. I cannot think of the game. Concord. Yep, that was the name of the game. So y'all know Concord. Obviously, the creative designer from Concord. Everybody was posting on Twitter that she has her hands in this game. So, you know, Who knows? That's the Sweet Baby thing is a big question mark going into this game.
It's the full package. It is a level of detail that we've never been able to do before.
You could see it in the trailer. You can see
The detail's
pores.
great.
You can see blood in between the little lines of his teeth. I
Mhm.
love the attention to detail.
It's exciting that we're going to be able to bring that kind of fidelity to players.
Wolverine is a character who goes to many places through the comics.
You'll see the Canadian wilderness, you'll see Japan.
There's a shot where Logan is sliding down that rooftop, and you can see the breadth of Madripoor in Lowtown.
Ooh, that looks
So
nice.
it's nice teasing the depth and the amount of characters that we'll be seeing in the game.
Wonder what type of
Omega Red
free roam
makes an
element we're gonna
appearance,
have.
Mystique is there, and
Oh, what was the fella's name? It said something red.
Omega Red.
Omega Red. Yeah, that was his name. Well, I don't know why I had Cyclone, but Omega Red. Don't know who that is. Don't kill me for it. I'm a big Wolverine guy. Wolverine's like my top 6 favorite comic book characters, and I literally do not know who Omega Red is. So do not kill me for that.
Appearance. Mystique is there, and there are some hints to other characters that fans of Wolverine will recognize for sure.
Another visual element of Marvel's Wolverine is the blood. The blood tech that was put into this game is pretty phenomenal.
There's a part in the trailer where
Literally, I know having to do a 360 from doing a family-oriented type game like Spider-Man, where you have no blood at all. I don't even think blood is even exhibited in the game. Period. Even when you punch Spider-Man, he might have scars and stuff, but it's very light. When you go from a game like that, granted, this ain't the same dev team who worked on Spider-Man, but when you're going from a game like that, and then you make this game where it's literally blood, gore, Mortal Kombat on steroids, it's crazy. And then it's good to see that they're branching out.
Logan jumps down, and then he does the claws up through the face. That one I thought maybe was going to be taking it too far, but I am so glad that we have it. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, literally, I guess they're cyborgs.
Combat, making that special, making that feel like him, making it feel different to anything else you've played. That's a tough job. What's so cool for me is there was this one section of the game I got to try. It was just visceral and immediate and so incredibly satisfying, and I was like, this is gonna be amazing.
We're pretty excited about the artwork that we're using on the cover. It's dynamic, it's rough-edged.
You notice it doesn't look like our past games. It has a sense of urgency and forward movement and rage and fury, and that's Wolverine.
Yeah, I mean, I dig it. Me personally, I think the Spider-Man artwork looks a little bit better. They're going for like this artistic type style with the Wolverine cover. Honestly, if they could have got like the game captured there at the end of the trailer, got that on the cover, like with the side claw thing, that'd be nice. But hey, they're sticking, it's just a little minor nitpick.
Things about Insomniac is they are probably the most collaborative group of people I have ever worked with. They make you feel part of their team. That's not something you always get.
We've been in a creative collaboration with Insomniac Games and PlayStation for over a decade now. We've made some of the greatest superhero games of all time. And that was
that game right there should have been better than what it was with the symbiote suit. Massive. I just cannot get over it. Spider-Man 2018 is superior though. Hey, it's top 3. It's a top 3 It's a top 3 superhero game ever made. Don't at me. Spider-Man 2018, like that.
is the goal, making games that are timeless.
I think fans are going to be excited, but I'm also really excited about it because I'm really proud of what we made. We're focused on making the best Wolverine game ever.
On behalf of everyone at
I like the
Insomniac
music in the
Games
background.
and the Wolverine team especially, we want to thank you for taking time to watch our trailer.
Yeah, man.
Wait to show you more in spring of 2026.
See that right there? If they would have made this the logo, like the cover of the game, like that's hot. Put it in full screen in some way somehow, that would be fantastic. But I think everything looks good. Man, I nobody, and I mean nobody, there's a lot of political stuff going on in the spectrum of gaming and everything else. I promise you, as much crap I give, the media right now and things that's going on with the media when it comes to political stuff, I am rooting for this game to do well. I am. I want this game to do well. I want Insomniac, and I even posted it on Twitter. I will show you my tweet. This is how serious I am. I am literally I quote tweeted. This is by Flash. I'm cautious about Wolverine, how much Sweet Baby Eat stink is still on it because they turned Spider-Man 2 into dog crap. And I said, all facts, I'm hoping for the best from a storytelling perspective. I thought Spider-Man 2 was a letdown. Hopefully they will bring back the magic from 2018. As critical as I was of the second Spider-Man game, I was underwhelmed. I had so much hype going into the game. I literally spazzed out at my sister's graduation just because the pre-orders for the collector's edition came out and I had no signal and, I was having a panic attack. I didn't think I was going to get my hand on the game. I ended up able to get a copy of the collector's edition. I have the statue and all that, but it was a massive letdown. I didn't like what they did with Venom. I feel like it was, I feel like I was playing Web of Shadows 2.0. It wasn't unique. And there was just a lot of things that I didn't like. I don't like what they did with Miles. Miles got, I don't want to say he got sidelined, but, his missions were just worthless. That's what I mean by sideline. You got to play with Miles, but it felt like Miles Morales just wasn't, like his missions were useless to the story. Like it, and this is another important thing that you got to consider as well when we're talking about this. I went back and played Spider-Man 2018 over again, and I beat it. And then I played the new game plus, and I beat that 100% as well. I 100% it both times. After playing Spider-Man 2, after completing the story within the first 2-3 weeks that the game came out, guys, to this day, I have not touched that video game. I've not went back to play the new game plus. I might turn it. I turned it on at some point, maybe a couple of months ago, just to free roam because I was bored. But I just didn't enjoy the game. I thought Spider-Man 1 2018 was way superior, and we know all the stuff that went behind, the making of that game and the political stuff of Spider-Man 2. So, Insomniac Games, this is a good chance, a phenomenal chance to course correct, make a good video game. It's Wolverine. We haven't had a Wolverine game since the movie game that came out that I never played. Golden opportunity. We already see Mystique, Omega Red, maybe Sabretooth was 100% got to be in here because that's like Wolverine's main villain. Maybe we get to see characters like Magneto and other people, the X-Men. I know there's rumors of Jean Grey being in here. The sky's the limit. Hopefully this can open up doors to doing more characters. Maybe like a Captain America, Black Panther. We know Captain America and Black Panther's got this game coming out called 1940 Civil War, whatever it's called. It actually got delayed till next year as well. But yeah, excited to see what they do. Spring of what is it they said? Spring of 2026 is when we're going to get more news. That's a pretty good, decent time away. So that's what? October, November, December, January, February. We got like another half a year before we actually hear anything about this game ever again, which is kind of bonkers when you're not going to hear about a game for a whole year and a half a year. And the game comes out literally a year from today. Kind of bonkers, but hey, whatever. But that is all that I got for Wolverine. And hopefully, it'll be good. Let me know what you guys think. I want to know all of your comments down below. All right, ladies and gents. Moving away from Wolverine. Okay, Mandalorian and Grogu. All right. So this movie trailer, I don't know why I still have these earbuds in my ear. Now, this movie trailer had a lot of backlash, when it came out. Fans were saying this is the first Star Wars movie that we are getting in roughly, 7 years? When did Rise of Skywalker come out? 2018? 2019? I think it was 2019. 2018, 2019. And this is coming out in 2026. And they're basically saying, a lot of people were saying this literally looks like an extension of the TV show. It does not look like a movie. So we're going to react to it. I have not seen it. Okay, I have not seen this trailer yet. So this is going to be my raw reaction to this. I watched Mandalorian Season 1 fully. I watched half of maybe Season 2, and I never watched Season 3. Y'all know me. When it comes to TV shows, it's tough for me to finish any type of TV show after one season, after a couple episodes. I like tune out. Unless if it's animation type stuff. If it's animation, I watch it. But for some reason, when it comes to live action entertainment, when it comes to TV shows, I just can't 100% lock in. So we're fixing to react to the trailer, and I'll give you all my thoughts. See what they have cooking up here, because who knows? About to see what everybody's talking about right now. Doo-doo. Check them out. You gotta love Grogu. Changed up the music a little bit. I ain't gonna. Hey. Hey, yo. I'm not gonna lie to you. It does look like a TV show. Yeah. Looking at these scenes and I'm seeing like, ooh, this does feel like a TV show. It's just, let's be honest, just making a movie off of a TV show is just a bad idea to begin with. Kathleen Kennedy's got this blood all on her hands anyway, so let's just finish watching it. Oh, that's sick.
Impressive.
Finally, Din Djarin says something. This is the way. Ooh. The Crawler. I'm not a Star Wars geek. What is this? This is called The Crawler or something like that. I can't remember. Sky Crawler, something like that. Forged for IMAX. Wow, this is gonna be shot in IMAX.
Good shot, baby.
May 2026, so pretty much on my birthday. That is not a birthday gift I'm looking forward to. All right, y'all. I'm gonna keep it a buck. All right. I see what everybody was talking about now. That was not great. It was a little underwhelming. I imagine a lot of people who watched it, especially Star Wars fans, are probably like, what are we doing? Look, Kathleen Kennedy, Disney, they're going to continue to do whatever they want. They're not looking for the best interests of their fan base. We had a segment, I remember I talked about it, and a lot of people have talked about it as well, when we were talking about what's the worst of franchise? Who's in more shambles right now? DC, Marvel, or Star Wars? Unequivocally, it was Star Wars. They just can't do anything right. Everybody like Andor. Just speaking from this is from the outside looking in. I don't see how a Star Wars fan can get excited about Andor. Just from the outside looking in. When I think about Star Wars, what's the number one thing that comes to your mind when you think about Star Wars? Lightsabers. Simple concept. Have not seen anything equivalent to a lightsaber since the Acolyte, but we all know about how the Acolyte went. Now, I'm not going to harp on that one, but hey, we all remember how that went. But we haven't seen anything about Jedis since the prequels. They made a Han Solo project, basically a prequel type, a solo prequel project. They did that. And they did Rise of Sky. I'm lying. Sorry. We did see lightsabers. They in the, the post, the the stuff, the Disney saga. Let's just call it the Disney trilogy. That's the perfect term we can use. The Disney trilogy. So Star Wars fans unequivocally hated the Disney saga. Everybody enjoyed the first movie, which I enjoyed the first movie. Then the second one is like, okay. Then the third one was like, you bring back Palpatine, that didn't work, and then which was the number one deal breaker for me. And it was for a lot of Star Wars fans, specifically fans who are Anakin Skywalker and Luke Skywalker fans, specifically me. I'm a huge Anakin Skywalker guy. When you made that stupid decision to make Rey a Skywalker, absolutely putrid and dumb decision by Kathleen Kennedy and everybody at Disney. You kill everybody off. You kill Luke Skywalker. You kill Leia. It's like, bro. And even John Boyega, whatever you want. You know, I know John. Is it Joy Boyega? Y'all know who I'm talking about. The guy who played Finn. He even came out in an interview last week. He was like, hey, you know, if I was to redo, you know, the Skywalker trilogy, you know, I wouldn't have killed everybody off. I'd have made everybody earn the right to use a lightsaber because it made absolutely no sense that Luke Skywalker in the original trilogy had to do all of this training in order to even know how to remotely use a lightsaber. And I swear, Rey just picks it up first time and just slicing and dicing, going on a full-on battle with Kylo Ren in the first movie. I'm sitting here like, what? But anyways, so specifically, we're getting a little off task here. So let's just get to the Mandalorian and Grogu. I'm just laying the foundation for this conversation. You come out with the Skywalker series, 7 years. You're trying to win back over your Star Wars audience. You've laid goose eggs. The Boba Fett thing was not good. Ahsoka, okay. You've done the anime stuff. It's okay as well. And you've done Andor. Acolyte wasn't good. You done the one thing with I cannot remember. It was the kiddie show that they came out with. I think it came out last year. I don't even remember. That's how forgettable that show was. Let's see if we can look it up. This is how like legit forgettable this show is. You had the holiday special. I mean, it's not even showing up. Y'all help me out. I can't find it. I can't find it, y'all. I'm lost. Somebody type in the Skeleton Crew. Yep, just found it. So yeah, you had Skeleton Crew to come out. Literally forgettable series. I mean, nobody even talks about it. But this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about, you know? But yeah, I understand Star Wars fans. Look, I'm not a massive Star Wars fan like that. I could care less if the franchise burns to the ground. Well, let me take that back. That's a little too harsh for me. Obviously, I care if the franchise burns to the ground. I wouldn't wish that on any fan base who's fans of Marvel. Granted, I'm a Marvel and DC guy, but even like other big franchises and properties, I wouldn't wish that on them. I know Star Wars fans. Star Wars is like one of the best IPs of all time. So I do not want it to burn to the ground. That is like the last thing I want to do. I said that wrong. Forgive me for that. This is what I'm basically saying. I want Disney to pretty much reap what they sow. They've laid their bed. They've made their bed. And I want them to live with it, so to speak. And they're feeling the repercussions from their fan base. I would not be surprised. Let's see. If Superman made roughly 600 and some million. Fantastic Four made close, I think Fantastic Four. They never even came out with the full numbers for Fantastic Four, but let's just hypothetically speak. Let's just sit and say that Fantastic Four ended up making, I think it made roughly like at $500 million. I think that's roughly where Mandalorian and Grogu might be. Maybe that, you know. I just don't see, unless you've watched the TV show, the people who's watched the TV show are the more than likely the people who's going to be ready and tuned in to watch this and go to the movie theaters to see it. Yeah, Star Wars fans, I feel y'all. It looked like a TV show, and man, they could have done a lot better. They could have done a whole lot better what they were given. But yeah, we're just going to end it off there. Yeah, y'all, I'm sorry, Star Wars fans. I feel for you. And hopefully they can show us something better. You know, we didn't get no type of dialogue from Dinjarin, except for him saying impressive when talking about something that happened. I think the fight scenes and all that's going to be cool. But granted, you know, how this is the thing, another thing that we're talking about with Marvel that we can bring to Star Wars. Like, do we need to have watched the TV show to understand what's going on in the story? You know, that's something that is going to be huge. Because if you even had to watch any type of seconds worth of the TV show, I don't see in any type of scenario why the audiences would even go see it. Because it's like, I had to do homework in order to go watch this movie. So that's something else you can think about as well. But let's go ahead. I've been talking about this way too long. But yeah. Let me know what you guys think. I want to know all of your comments down below. All right. Let's get to the very next topic. We're going to talk about Lego Batman. Lego Batman. They done like a little behind the scenes thing for Batman Day last week, and I wanted to react to it. I've been waiting to react to it, so we got another reaction. I'm catching up on my reactions, guys, if y'all could not tell. But yeah, let's go ahead and react to this trailer for Lego Batman.
About Batman that makes him so beloved across the
He's
entire
beloved because he's the GOAT.
A tragic story that is being transformed into something good. Or is it that Batman has attracted some of the greatest artists in all mediums, comic books, gaming, film, television, that have told the story about this character, and because of that, his legend has grown and grown? I think the answer is both.
Look at that.
It's always interesting
Hey!
how different creatives can do something really unique with Batman using the same building blocks.
Wow, this game looks good. Holy cow.
We made the first Lego Batman game.
Look at it, y'all. Just bask. Hold on. Let's just bask in this greatness right here. Oh my God, I'm getting nostalgia while watching. Ladies and gentlemen, if you did not know, this was the original Lego Batman game. Absolutely historic. Kicked off the Lego games. It was just phenomenal. I really want to go. I wish you could stream this game. I'd stream this game in a heartbeat. Wow. Great days, great vibes, great times.
So special for us. But now with Lego Batman Legacy.
Just look at that. Look at the before and after, just how everything's revolutionized in the world. Just look at how that looks. Like, look at how that looks.
That was so special for us. But
And look at that. Just from the quality, the what's the term I'm using? How fast response rate and things of that nature, and hertz and 120 hertz, just 60 FPS, frames per second. That's what I was doing. Frames per second. The frame difference, man, it's crazy to see how stuff is revolutionized. I think Lego Batman roughly came out in 2006. That's roughly about 19 years ago, man. It's crazy to see where gaming is just going. Wow, it's just wild.
Man, Legacy of the Dark Knight, we are able to draw upon the whole history of that wonderful character.
Oh, let's see what we got here. Got us. We got the 1960s Batmobile. That looks cool.
Whole history.
You got the Adam West suit. I think that might just be the classic blue.
Character and distill
And then the Batman.
Of fantastic storytelling to really immerse players
GCPD.
in the experience.
Hold on, is it me or did that look like the Arkham game GCPD? Huh.
Really
I swear
immerse players
that setup right there looked straight off of Batman Arkham Knight. Legit.
in the experience of becoming the Dark Knight.
I took the liberty of making some adjustments.
That's probably my favorite part. I'm ready to play the Dark Knight part of this. I'm excited for that.
Personality of Batman changed with the times. That's what keeps these characters interesting.
When we were looking at bringing this into one narrative, we did a lot of research.
We've pulled in all of these references from Batman movies and TV shows.
Batman 89, The Batman, The Dark Knight trilogy.
Animated series.
Yeah, hey, y'all's
Every comic
great job.
We had access to all the DC archive, and then putting down key, essential, iconic moments. That was our starting point.
Everybody sees Batman in a different way. There's Batman as the do-gooder, Batman as the Dark Knight, this creature of vengeance. One of the many great things about Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight is that it manifests all these different elements of Batman that we've loved over the years. People can experience this character maybe as fully as they ever have.
Come on, Bruce, we'll be late for the movie.
We
Oh,
start
wow.
With young Bruce Wayne in the grounds of Wayne Manor, excited to go to the movies.
Bruce! I need my outfit!
Years later, we see him train with the League of Shadows in
Mhm.
Harbor and then return as a crime fighter to Gotham City, where he builds a new family of crime-fighting allies.
Yeah, let's go back to this right here. I'm not digging this Catwoman design. And I heard
Builds a new
I heard from the like the news accounts on Twitter, they said this actually might be the full base design. I don't even think Catwoman's got any other customizable outfits. I hope she does, because this outfit is awful. Holy cow. It makes sense for her to have different customizable costumes. Why would you not?
Allies.
This has some of the greatest supporting characters of any Batman story ever. Starting with Commissioner Gordon, an undervalued Batman character, a character I love.
I agree.
In Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, the criminals become ever more
Look at Bane.
colorful and crazed.
Probably the coolest rogues gallery in all of fiction.
Gangs of criminals equipped with weapons. So as the player progresses, they will learn the skills and tactics they need to really start to turn the tide of crime in Gotham.
I need to become more than a man. I need to become a symbol.
I still don't like the voice actor.
I love this combination of DC and Lego. I like them working together. There's something about Lego that just opens our mind to play and creativity and kind of our own personal artistic expression.
It has that spirit of the Lego physical toys, having all these different sets, pouring them on the floor, mashing them together.
Ah, look at that
telling your own
beaut.
story like we all did as kids.
I think the creative, playful nature of Lego Brick feeds into how we work here at TT. This kind of wonderful media.
Man, that's another thing I meant to bring up in the Wolverine part of the podcast, or the show rather. Just the stuff that game developers have to go through to make these games. I give my hats off to them, man. There's a lot of hard work that goes into making these games. Y'all see the video here that they're showing of the employees. We're talking about hours of stuff that, hours of just work that these creators go through to make these games. If y'all have any free time, go watch the God of War documentary they did with the God of War game that came out in 2018. Go watch that, because that's, literally. That shows you everything when it just comes to just this aspect of the industry and just how everything's just literally cutthroat.
And visually bring it all together so it's cohesive.
We've worked with TT Games for the longest time. There's a almost tactile feel to their games that makes it feel just right.
They are able to create the diversity, the density, the beauty in some ways of the world of Batman through the vocabulary of Lego bricks.
In this title, more than any of our others, we were really conscious about an engaging and dramatic story. Some of the best comedy.
Let's get nuts.
In those dramatic moments.
The comedy always drives the narrative. It never interrupts it.
Hey, free! What? I love when a story defies expectation. I love the fact that we're going into Lego Batman. It actually has real emotion and stakes.
Lego Bricks as a medium changes the lens. It's adding a more playful aspect to it without taking away the main story.
It's almost like a mosaic. When you come up close to a wall, you go, that's a Lego brick. You pull back, and now you're in Gotham City, and it feels and looks like Gotham
That's cool.
City.
For this game, we've strived to achieve a whole new level of detail.
The surface imperfections of everything has been enhanced a lot.
Nice.
Small weave on the capes, the water droplets, how the rain runs down a character's face or on the Lego vehicles. Every
Oh,
small
that looks
detail we
good. Look
pursue
at
to make
that.
sure we're clearly visually better than what we've done before.
You're in a world of Gotham City that is more alive and rich than any environment we've ever created.
We know Gotham has had a history, so we built this layered experience, and that kind of helps with our mechanics.
The traversal of the city is just way beyond what we've done before.
We really wanted to make sure that players could grapple and glide around.
Ooh,
Gotham
that's
City with that same
awesome.
mastery that Batman has.
Being Batman, you get to drive the Batmobile.
Weaving in and out of traffic, hitting the boost, trying to control your speed.
In the cityscapes, there'll be these alleys.
I like the little opening they did. Yeah, that's
hot.
hot. That's hot.
Crimes will be taking place, and it's on you to go and find those locations, discover new things, and protect the city.
Who are you? When we're doing the testing now, it's fantastic to hear the feedback where they're saying you feel like you're Batman. You are coming out of the darkness and taking the baddies down.
It is incredible how immersive it feels. Like, they've brought so many nuances and details of the world of Batman to life.
Oh, that tumble looks good.
The fact that you can do it with a friend or a buddy as a dynamic duo in the same room together, I think people are just going to be blown away.
The big part of the success with Lego brand is stories and experiences connect from one generation to the next.
I mean, I'm excited about all the people that have never experienced Batman in any sort of personal way.
Mhm.
Being able to play this game, and now they have their own connection to Batman.
God, I would love to have got my hand on this game.
Part of the premise of working on Batman is to come in and do your own take. Lego Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight reflects that ambition.
This game is an absolute celebration of everything Batman.
A lot of people have been waiting for exactly this experience.
We have.
Primal story of fear and overcoming fear has lived on for generations, and all of us at TT are incredibly honored to now be able to contribute to that legacy.
The game's in the right hands. I'm 100% stoked for this. I am. I cannot wait. You best believe. Sign up for WB's account. Yep, I'm doing all that. Yeah, this game just looks like it's gonna be great. I'm super stoked for this game. It just looks absolutely phenomenal. I think the creative team, they've knocked it out of the park. I just think, man, just the idea, and they did the same, and TT Games done this before. They did it with Star Wars, but you know, I didn't really enjoy that game that much, but just when it comes to this game, being able to go back from the movies and play Batman and relive it in just the Lego style mode with some different type of creative aspect to it and some story changes, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I enjoy it better. Something I'm not a huge fan of right now, though, when it comes to these Lego games, I don't like the new way they did the Skywalker saga. I didn't care for the type of animation style, so to speak. It kind of looks like the same animation style as the Skywalker saga, but there's a term that I'm looking for, just the camera view and stuff like that. I didn't care too much for just the way they've just changed it from old past, like with games like Lego Batman 2. Y'all guys know what I'm talking about. It's just hard to explain it. The creative style and the way they have the camera angles and stuff is a whole lot different than the past, like they did in Skywalker Saga. It's totally different than what they did in the past. So I would like to see, maybe it might work for this game for me. I don't know. It's just I wasn't able to get into the Skywalker Saga at all. I got kind of bored, to be honest with you. Maybe it's just because, you know, you're reliving the movies in a Lego game. But I think maybe it seems like they're taking a different approach. They're kind of adding, it's like its own story within the same story. So I'm interested to see what they have cooking up over there at TT Games. They're knocking it out of the park so far. This is how you introduce your game. And I'm excited. And I hope you guys are excited too, as I am. So that is that. And man, great game. Great game. I want to know all of your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, guys. So let's talk about Superman. Man of Tomorrow got announced by James Gunn. And, just to give a little disclaimer, some background information and things of that nature, we knew that James Gunn pretty much confirmed in the past that the next Superman movie is not going to be a direct sequel, Superman sequel. And I had my 2 cents about it, and I was sitting there like, why? Why do we not have a Superman sequel? Now we know why. So officially, this movie is going to be a team-up movie between Lex Luthor and Superman. Very interesting concept. Y'all know how much I enjoyed Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor and how much I enjoyed David Cornsweet's Superman. Those two becoming a dynamic duo. I'm interested in it. How does this tie into the Daily Bugle? I feel like I hope that this be a more grounded movie, grounded Superman film. He already said it's going to be tonally different than, Superman 1. So I'm excited. I think he's bringing back the other characters like Isabella Merced's Hawk Girl, maybe Mr. Terrific. Aaron Pierce's Green Lantern is another guy that they might be bringing in for this movie. But, we got the announcement here. He teased the script, and I couldn't find the tweet. So, the tweet for James Gunn, when he tweeted his tweet, was like you had the devil emoji with the halo. So it's pretty much saying to team up with Lex Luthor and Superman and a brain. So as I suspected, as every Superman fan who could ultimately just imagine who the next antagonist of a Superman movie should be, we've already done General Zod. Parallax, you could maybe do that. Not Parallax. Parasite, could do him. Not that big of a villain. Maybe Metallo's up next, and you want to save Darkseid ultimately for like a Justice League type movie because he is like your big threat. He is your Thanos in the DC universe. So that leaves only one character. That is Brainiac. And we have it right here. It's pretty much teasing it. This is the anatomy of the human skull. Written by James Gunn. Superman created by Jerry Siegel and Joe. I don't even know what that last name is. But it's his second draft. So obviously he's had another draft outside of this one. So we're pretty much confirmed that Brainiac is going to be the villain for Superman 2. Now, what do I expect? I expect... Hold on, I don't have graphics for you guys, so I want to pull up an image here so just we can talk and things of that nature while we're discussing the topic. I'm gonna do a classic here. Y'all know this is like one of my favorite TV shows growing up as a kid. This is like one of my favorite cartoons I watched when I was a kid. So we have, I'm gonna sit here and talk while we have the classic Superman Brainiac attacks thing on here. Maybe let's make it a little bit bigger here. Let's choose this one. Nope, that one's actually small. Anyways, but I'm super excited. We get another, we get a different Superman villain. We're not getting General Zod again. We're not getting Lex Luthor. Well, Lex Luthor is going to be in the movie. Even though I truly believe that although this is a team-up movie, Lex Luthor is going to end up deceiving Superman in some form, way, or fashion in this movie. So we're not getting Zod. We're not getting Superman. We're not getting Metallic. We're getting somebody fresh that we have not seen done in live action. That is Brainiac. I don't know why it's took this long for somebody to do him in live action, but we're finally getting him. And I'm excited. Now, of course, it makes sense. We're going to use Lex Luthor smartest man in the universe, in the DC universe, arguably. And Superman's going to need his help to fight Brainiac. I'm so interested to see how tonally different this is going to be. Is the stakes going, obviously I think the stakes are going to be higher. This is more than likely going to be your type of Brainiac. He's there to take over the Earth. He's there to collect Earth in his collection, just like he did with Krypton. He's there to do it. Now, maybe Kara Zor-El ties into this. Maybe we can see how Supergirl, because what? This movie's coming out in 2026, if I'm not mistaken, right? Right, guys? Chat. This is coming out in 2026, right? Right, or am I tripping? This is coming out in 20. Is this coming out next year? No, 27. I was about to say that didn't sound right because I knew. Okay, so that is right. So this is coming out in roughly 2027. Okay. So we're going to have Supergirl before then. We're going to have Lanterns. So how does those two lead up? You know, is Kara's movie, is Supergirl going to lead into that movie? Because this is supposedly supposed to be a super family type movie. That's what was originally teased. Now maybe that might be different. So is Supergirl going to be a part of it? Is she going to tie into Brainiac's story, which historically Supergirl has? That is something that we should think about. How is Superman and Lex Luthor going to work together in order to stop Superman? Is it going to be a jokey type thing like we did in the first movie when it comes to tone? Or is Brainiac just going to be super hardcore type villain like James Gunn did with the guy in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? Whatever the character's name is. The guy who played... I cannot remember the fellow's name quite clearly. But, yeah. So that is things that we got to consider. I think he's ultimately going to end up doing the tone like he did with the villain in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, a super more serious tone. And I think something else, too, that James Gunn is going to do. I think James Gunn is going to take the critiques of what the critics from the first movie of a lot of people saying, okay, the movie was good, just a little too hokey, a little too comic booky. I think he's going to tone down on the hokey part of it in this next movie, and I think he's going to make it feel like a movie. Something else, too, that I think we need to see as well. Get a new film screenplay director. I mean, the guy who does the filmography, the fisheye lens thing that he does with the flying cinematography, it's just not good. It looks cheap. We got to get a new cinematographer. You got to. That is priority number one. And I know I probably tweeted it here. And I'll probably more than likely have to find it. But we got to get a new cinematographer. I mean, we really do. I don't know if it might be a while since I thought about that. Oh, no, it's not. Here it is. I knew it weren't that far ago. Please fire Henry Brom and hire a new cinematographer. It's just look at these shots. And I said, even though I love this movie, I can see this was the worst aspect of it. Sometimes it looked good, but other times it didn't. And I was 100% right. Just out of the shots that look good. Okay. And I know I got my cursor hidden on my OBS, so y'all can't see. Okay, top left. We're going to go from the top left all the way to the right and back down to the middle. That shot, top left, beginning scene, not good. With the one right beside it in the beginning with the fight, not good. I actually like this third shot here with the fisheye shot here when he comes back and flies back in, even though they added some type of color gradient to it. Like that shot. Middle, I like this shot as well when he done the loop around thing. I enjoyed that. I thought the shot there too, the second one, I thought it was pretty good in the middle row, second one. I thought that was a pretty good shot. I enjoyed that one. That one right there beside it, that one wasn't good. Going to the bottom left corner, that one definitely was not good. That was arguably one of the best looking shots in the movie. The one in the middle, pretty good. I'm kind of mixed when it comes to the tooth punch out thing. I know a lot of people enjoyed it, a lot of people did. I'm kind of in the middle. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was like, yeah. But yeah, it's just overall we got to sit here and say it might be smart to kind of mess with a different videographer. Like it really is. So that is something that we should probably consider in this movie as well to make it feel like a movie. If y'all guys go back and watch Guardians of the Galaxy 1 when it comes to James Gunn, looked phenomenal. It was shot great. And then you come from James Gunn's last couple of movies like Guardians of the not Guardians of the Galaxy, the Suicide Squad. What was it? Was it the Suicide Squad? Whatever, the movie he made for DC. He had that. Then he had Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 that used the same cinematographer. You saw those two movies, and then you see Superman as well, and it's like you see the decrease from quality when you go from Guardians of the Galaxy 1 all the way to Guardians of the Galaxy 3, the Suicide Squad, and even now Superman. And the same director did Flash as well, and you saw how bad that movie looked. So I think it's very, very important that James Gunn changes out the cinematographer for this coming up movie. But this is good. The first Superman made $600 million. We know historically a lot of sequels never do good. But I trust James Gunn. I didn't enjoy the second Guardians of the Galaxy that he made, but the third one ended up being pretty good. I have faith that he's going to make a good sequel. I think he can do it. And I think this next Superman movie could make north of $700 million. Now, another aspect we got to think as well. Depending on how good Supergirl is another good determining factor on how well this movie is going to pan out in the box office as well. So, that is pretty much all of the thoughts that I can have off the top of my head right now, and it just comes to Man of Tomorrow. I don't think I have anything else. Let me think. That's pretty much all. I didn't write no notes. Look, this was a last-minute show. I just bundled it up all together, so I don't really have anything talking points that I want to talk about. So from the top of my head, I think that is pretty much all that I wanted to cover when pertaining to this movie. So 2027 buddy cop, buddy type action with Superman and Lex Luthor. I am 100% down with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you thought, and I want to know all of your comments down below. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I had another topic lined up, but I think I'm going to go ahead and call it for the night on this one. I think I'm going to just go ahead and end it here. We've already been live for roughly an hour and 15 minutes on 4 topics. And plus, in that, I don't have enough talking points for, I didn't write down no notes or anything. So I think we're just going to go ahead and end it right here. I just want to go ahead and get my first show in and, just go ahead and see how it goes. I hope you guys enjoyed. All my comic book subscribers. I know y'all guys have been itching for some content because I've been posting so much football stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. Hall of Heroes. I don't know if I'm gonna keep the name yet. We'll see. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope it was a blast. If y'all guys enjoyed, drop the like button to let me know that. Subscribe to the channel. And if you guys are fans of sports as well, go check out my other podcast, The Jayden Bryce Show. The show that I film weekly, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Even though Friday night, I dedicated this show to y'all, but I will be live tomorrow talking about some more football. But ladies and gentlemen, and also let me know how y'all like the color. I don't think I'm messing with the red that much. So maybe it's just because I might be used to the blue. I didn't want to use the same color, so I might experiment with a different color. I just think the red's just it's a little much. I'm not feeling the red. I'm just not. So I'm going to try out a different color. I think I might go with green. We'll see. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you guys so much. I look forward to shooting this show again. I might make this show roughly only once a week. Specifically right now, especially with the football season and stuff going on. There's so much going on with football that it's a lot to keep up with. Shooting 4 shows in 1 week is a lot in general. So I'm adding another show to my plate. So this one is roughly going to be once a week. I'm going to be reacting to all of the news that came out during the week. Now, it might be more than that. I might hop, especially with the Wolverine trailer. It came out on Wednesday, and today's Friday. So it's literally, I had to wait 2 days to react to it with you guys, which that is absolutely brutal. But, we'll see. I might just make a little quick show here and there just to react to certain stuff. But, yeah, because I was itching to watch that with you guys. But I hope you guys enjoy. It is a Friday. I want to try and have this show more than likely on Tuesdays or Thursdays. Maybe even or Saturdays. It just depends. It'll fluctuate. But we will have this show monthly, and I'll be on the lookout for it. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you guys on the next episode of Hall of Heroes. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. Peace, love, and positivity, all y'all. See you.
It's not a game, it's a rants thing.